Hello everyone, Rigel here, and welcome back to the Mousillon campaign for Mortal Empires. Now, last episode saw us defeat two Dukes of Bretonnia. First of all, Cassyon of Paravon, and secondly, the Beast Slayer of Baston himself, Bohemond. Now, in particular with Bohemond, we defeated him by attacking his capital up here at Castle Baston, where as you can see, it fell to the undead and we eliminated the faction completely. However, it wasn't all good news. Obviously not learning from his initial encounter with the Red Duke, Cassyon decided to attack and conquer Aquitane while we were busy heading towards Montfort. Now, this was not an insult that the Red Duke could stand, given that in his former mortal life he was the Duke of Aquitane. And so, instead of going after Montfort, I made it a priority for us to go back and retake Aquitane. But that's not going to be enough. We need to show that Kerr, the Duke of Paravon, not to deal with us in that way. Now, we know he went down this way, and if I had to guess, I would say he's probably at Quenelles at this point. But luckily for us, we have a bunch of agents up here, so we'll be able to send someone down quickly and check. So in fact, Aiden, let's have a look. While you're marching down, how many more turns have we got? One more turn before we can steal more technology. And he is here. Okay. And he's in forced march as well. That could prove useful because of the fact that it makes him tired, but we shall see about that. In that case, if you're there, let's send Eustache down here to damage the walls, because why not? And while you're doing that, Borges, he is still a fairly low level, so what I'm thinking, once we've skipped through that, is do we want to send you after the garrison, Cassyon himself, or get some experience by going after this agent here, this paladin, Nathan? Sure, let's go after you. 52%. Don't forget, if we're successful with this, which we're not, it's a critical failure, damn it. But if we were successful, we would have gained another blood kiss, but obviously it wasn't meant to happen. Never mind. Now, since we've done all that, let's have a look with the Duke. How are we going to deal with Quenelles? Well, as you can see, we can't march there, and we're going to be taking attrition as soon as we go into their region. Is it worth going in raiding stance? It really isn't, because we need 50%, don't we? Yeah, we're going to have to basically march here, and take multiple turns to get over here. Can we reach it? Yes, we can reach it in in 2 turns. Okay. I'm going to take the hit to our attrition levels and just march here. We'll then go after Quenelles in the following turn, and hopefully we don't take too many casualties. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Right, that's all of you guys done. Now we do have some dark magic, so let's have a look to see if we can spend it anywhere. At Bordelot, we could build the Balefire Brazier here so we can start increasing corruption, which, don't get me wrong, is important for the undead. But after giving us some thought in between episodes, I think the best thing to do right now is to go for the Mousillon Valley Orchards. So not only is this going to give us a lot of a particular trade resource, but as you can see, increases growth and public order. And we can level it all up to level 4, which gives us a whole bunch of bonuses, including, as you can see, 600 income, and a 10% bonus to all regions in this province's income. Very, very cool. And it starts off quite cheap, so we'll go for that first of all. And back here in Lyonesse, don't forget, we are 2 turns away from upgrading Lyonesse. We'll be able to get our hands maybe on the Binding Circle or something like that. Otherwise, it might be better. In fact, it might be better. Graveguard, Reliquary, Ancient Armory. Yeah, we want to go for the Ancient Armory now, because once we upgrade the Palace and Mousillon, we'll be able to get our hands on Graveguard and for the thing. We can even get Black Knights at that point. Ooh. That does seem tempting. And Lancers and Bardin too. Right, I think I know what we're aiming for. Growth at this point, we are going to be level 3, so to get to level 4 requires us to have 4 population. Might be worth switching over to something else. Maybe a little bit of extra cash? Nah, that only gives us about 60. Never mind, never mind. Right, let's just quickly go for our points. Mina. Why have you got a... Oh no, that was it. We were waiting for level 10 with her, so we could not only get replenished troops at the top tier, but also get our hands on Hellsteed. So yeah, we'll leave you for the moment. Eustache... At this point, I want to start leveling up his combat abilities. We are going to soon want to have a second army, and at the moment, I would like to recruit the Serpent himself, Mordred. No, hang on, it's Malabad, isn't it? Mordred's King Arthur. Let me just remind me. Yeah, Malabad. Okay, Malabad is obviously based on Mordred from the King Arthur legends, so yeah, that's the mix-up in my head. But there we go. All done. Okay, so we had a confederation take place between the Dark Convert and the Scourge of Cain. Nothing that needs to worry us right now, so we can skip through that. But this is a little bit more concerning. We've had a greenskin incursion up near Baston that we'll have to deal with. Raided by Blazkag's Gork's Chosen. What a name! It's a shame we can't see their general. It would have been nice to actually check him out. Huh. Anyway, skip through that. Oh, the Old One's demise. I've never seen this pop up before. Legions of unnatural beings break through from the otherworldly realm through a once-sealed portal torn asunder at Zahutak, the City of Echoes. The cursed ruins, long home to evil ever since the Great Catastrophe, now spawns the nightmares of mortals, given form by the war chaos that pours into the world. The fell creatures' dread voices rise up in praise of their masters, the arcane battle cries and unholy screams replacing the echoes of the city's fall a millennia ago. Oh wow. So I heard about the Demon Siege and how the Lizardmen dealt with the Demons' invasions back in the day at Zahutak, but I've never actually seen this pop up before. That's really cool. Huh. What else did we get? We also researched our zombies. Okay, so we got a bit of stat increase. Sword of Cain's been claimed, and that's everything. Okay. So let's have a look. What's the garrison like here at the moment? They are nearly back up to full strength. Okay. Maybe be a little concerned, but we'll just have to wait. But for now, though, let's go after Quenelles. Let's get our agents first of all, just to do whatever we need to do. So you failed to steal technology. That's okay. I'll forgive you this time. And we picked up Sonic Attacker. Okay, not quite how it should sound, given he's not a Banshee, but I'll take it. +2 to wall breaches. Okay. We're Duke. Let's go and kick some butt. Alright, what's the balance bar going to be like? It is in their favour, but I still think we could take them. We've defeated this garrison before, and with regards to their knights, by fighting them in the settlement, it means that we'll be able to use the streets to our advantage and pin knights down in place. So I'm quite happy to fight this battle myself, so see you guys down there. Well then everyone, here we are outside the gates of Quenelles itself. Now as you can see in front of us, the walls have been severely damaged thanks to Eustache's actions on the campaign map, meaning that my army is able to get inside the settlement much more easier than we anticipated. But nevertheless, I've decided to send my Vargulf to smash down the remnants of the gate, just to give us another entry point into the city itself. While he's doing that though, the entire front line basically is charging it into position. I've sent my Graveguard in first in order to go after several of the choke points around the gates. Although this unit of foot squires, when I noticed it was there, I ended up instead sending off the Wailing Hags, feeling that their inferior nature will put them in good stead when it comes to fighting these guys. Now you may probably knows that big explosion up here. This is from the Red Duke miscasting the invocation of the Hex spell, because I saw these guys were taking a little damage from the towers, and I figured, you know what, I'll just heal them up, and if there was a miscast, like it did happen, then it's going to debuff the enemy units nearby, rather than any of my own troops, with the exception of the Red Duke himself. So that's what he was doing. So at this point now, we've got our first entry points. We've got the Wailing Hags leading the way, doing a nice bit of damage here against the foot squires, as you can see. If we swing over to the right side of the gate now, we've got units trying to run away and basically get away from my spearmen and graveguard entering the settlements. And speaking of entering the settlements, you can see Vargulf has just smashed down the gates and is going to be charging in right into the rear of this bowman unit. First hit kills 10, 11, 20, oh no, it's 23, kills 10 bowmen in one swing just then. And just watching him smash that bowman to pieces in his fist. I forgot there were kill animations in this game. Because it's so rare that you see them, and instead of in earlier Total War games like Medieval 2 and Shogun, where you actually see enemies dueling each other, instead you just see generic attack of things like this. So I forgot all about their kill animations, but that was so cool to watch. Well done, Vargulf. But anyway, over here, the battle is a bit tougher because we are fighting several knights units, but because of me being prepared for that, we do have spearmen nearby, and we do have Mina that's ready to cast spells when needed and does so a couple of times, just to reduce the enemy's armor and weapon strength, making the fight much easier. In fact, you'll see her just about to cast it here. So with that, Soul Blight, 30% reduced base weapon damage and minus 30 armor, makes the knights all of a sudden much easier to kill. Combined with her vampiric prowess in battle and the spearman and graveguard, she'll be doing fine just over there. Over on this side, my Red Duke has decided instead of going after the bowman up here, has now gone after the bowman on the top here, which he ended up destroying and routing. But I didn't pay attention, so when these guys were retreating away from the gates, he was chasing after them and I wasn't realising at the time. One of those things. On this side though, as you can see, I ended up setting up several of my units to climb up ladders, hence the pop-up that came up earlier about the ladders coming to the walls. The reason being is I thought this will give me an opportunity to secure any walls against any garrison troops that happen to be here. And in this case, where we have mounted yeomen and knight errants down here, I figured we'll be able to send them down in order to pin them in place and just chase them down between all our units. The only thing was, I didn't expect the amount of units that were going to be here. So instead of being a rather more straightforward affair, it turns out to be a massive slog in the center here, as we have got men-at-arms coming in, you'll see spearmen soon making their way down, more men-at-arms, and it kind of matches up with what's going over here in the center. We've just got so many bowmen and men-at-arms fighting their way through at the moment, it's just ridiculous. Vargulf's doing okay though, 52 kills and counting. And we've now brought in the Black Knights as well to help. Although, given that their target ended up being the spearmen here, even though they are losing decisively, they are taking a few more kills than I wasn't happy with, to say the least. I do end up though trying to help things out, because if we zoom out a second so we can see where he is, remind me game. Where is he actually? I'm looking for the Red Duke. Yeah, I can't spot him. Huh. Anyway, I last sent him off down. Ah, here he is. No, that's the Vargulf. No, there he is, next to the Vargulf. Right. I sent him down in order to attack the spearman in the rear, so hopefully with his ability to cause fear, it was going to be enough to cause him to retreat, and it did initially. But hearing his men retreating was enough to call Cassyon in from the courtyard where the victory point is, and to come and actually join in the battle himself on his Pegasus. Now initially I did try to send the Red Duke to actually go and fight him, but unfortunately he got stuck on all these spearmen. So he's going to eventually make his way around to join in the fight, but in the meantime though, the fight instead is going to be between the Black Knights and the Vargulf going up against Cassyon, which, to be fair, well, it was going okay for him, wasn't it? At this point though, the Red Duke has joined in, and I am busy trying to send my cavalry out of the fight so they can try and deal with this big block of enemies that are making their way back down the streets. Given how little health they have left, I figured a charge in will be enough to break them. So you can see here, in fact, this unit of Black Knights, after having the invocation and the head cast on them, become charging in to try and do that damage. Now they were going to be supported by other charges, but unfortunately we just didn't get all of them. A second one is coming in behind them. But the third one was the unit that's over here, actually, that's still being caught up fighting Cassyon. So they weren't able to do much, but those two other units were more than enough in order to deal with the fight over here. we zoom in a second, you can see it's just mounted yeomen, archers, nothing really for us to worry about. And to help things a little bit here, as you can see on the tooltip, I allowed Mina to use her Amber Trance item, just to reduce the enemy's armor a little bit more, and cause it enough to them to run away shortly after. If we zoom back now to our right flank, because we haven't seen over here for a bit, you can see it got really busy. I ended up sending in my Raylan Hags and the Black Knights here, just to try and finish off those Knight Errants in particular that were really doing some damage to us. We've also got my Peasant Bowmen climbing up onto the walls, set up so they can start firing over here. They've even managed to get a couple of kills in against this Knight Errants unit, which was quite nice to see. Eventually, as you can tell, they're going to start retreating back towards the centre. No problems at all. Back over here though now, we've managed to clear off a lot of those enemy peasants, pushing them on back all the way to here, with the Vargulf helping to chase them down. They're still trying to do some damage, like with the mounted yeomen here. We've got a couple of units, like you can see 1 or 2 Black Knights have made it over here, but the rest of them are actually stuck right behind them over here. So eventually they'll run back to join the unit. The Vargulf now comes in to fight the Knight Errants. Luckily for me, these guys are anti-infantry and not anti-large, so the Vargulf is able to do quite a good job against them, despite being outnumbered heavily by them. Now, if we head back to the centre, you can see how the fight is going on between the Red Duke and Cassyon. To be fair to Cassyon, he is outnumbered at this point. Not only is he fighting the Red Duke, but he's also got Mina to deal with and the units there. But at this point, he has started to rout. We're still doing enough damage to him with the Red Duke that he's going to be losing health extremely quickly. And with the arrows coming in as well, it's going to be enough to actually kill him off completely in just a moment. Now that we've pretty much pushed the enemy back though, the plan was to try and surround the courtyard using our troops. So while the Vargulf is busy with the Knight Errants here, I do have, well, not Paladins, sorry. I was going to start sending in these guys, the Bastardiers of Chalon, which unfortunately I've left outside the settlement for pretty much the entire battle. It was only a little later on that I realised, oh yeah, I haven't sent these guys in. So with their halberds, their job was going to go and support the Vargulf. The Graveguard were going to come in and provide support. And over on this flank here, you can see we're sending in Spearmen and the Raylan Hags. Again, with the plan to try and start dealing with this the enemies on this side. The Red Duke has also made his way over, ready to originally cast the Assault of Stone, but unfortunately I missed with the spell. This unit of Knight Errants ended up moving out of the way. Unfortunate. But he's now overseeing the final demise of the defenders. Really got mounted yeomen charging into the Raylan Hags, and others are starting to make their way over from this side, as you can see with the Bastardiers. But at this point, though, the victory is gained. Sorry, that made more sense in my head. The battle is won by us. You can see the enemy now have shattered and started to retreat off the map. I continue the fight just long enough, really, for my Black Knights in particular, because they took a few casualties, to come close together over here so we can do an overcast of the Invocation of Nehek to boost their health up a little bit. But apart from that, victory is ours, and it's time for us to head back to the campaign map. So there we have it. A bit of a grind, but nevertheless, victory for us. So let's click through this and go ahead and occupy Quenelles. As I've talked about before, Quenelles is my favourite of the Bretonnian dukedoms because of its proximity to Athelloren. I always found it really cool in the lore, especially when they used to have stories of things like leaving, children out for the changelings, the Fae, to come and take them into a, world of magic and plentiful food and stuff like that. It was always really, really cool to read. But anyway, we've now taken Quenelles. What do we have available to us? We have a tavern, or a tap room, and we could get grazing pastures, or maybe just go for defences. I think for the moment we'll go for defences. This one though, I'll keep it for the moment until we take Paravon, just because that's going to help a little bit with public order. So we'll leave that. You've already moved. Okay, let's have a look. Anything else we can spend our money on? Alright, Baston needs to give you something, don't I? If I'm honest, I'm tempted to try and work towards giving him a carpenter's workshop. Oh no, hang on. No, it's not here, it's Artois I want to give the carpenter's workshop, because of the timber. But as for Baston, I quite like the idea that it's a place of monsters, right? So why don't we either get our hands on a burrow for Varangolfs, or better yet, a cursed bog. That way we can get our hands on crypt horrors and grey men. In fact, what the hell are grey men? Hang on, can I see? I'll have to check that in a second, but yeah, that seems cool. Let's grab that. Oh no, better yet actually. Given its location, let's grab some defenses. That will be even better, won't it? Right, so that's got one turn to go. Notorious Executioner. Okay. Let's level up our characters, because now Mina should be able to get our hands on the Hellsteed. Eustache, let's give you... Your melee defense is actually pretty good, isn't it? In fact, all your stats are pretty good. But yeah, we'll go for elusive with you. Mina can now get a Hellsteed and replenish troops to help us out even more. We'll be back up to full strength in the following turn. As for the Red Duke, we've got 1 point. Do I want to go for Bloodlust, giving us extra armor piercing damage, or heart piercing? Oh, we'll go for this. It's double the cooldown time, 2 minutes here rather than 60 seconds, but that gives us double the amount of armor piercing weapon damage, a charge bonus, and it allows us to reduce enemy armor for 30 seconds, for 10 seconds, I should say. Yeah, I like that. We'll go for that. Okay, another end turn. Okay, so we have a slight issue here at Quenelles because some beastmen are nearby. All the way down here, we can't see them. Well, if they're all the way down here, why would I care? We can't see them in our territory, unless they're over here somewhere. Anyway, doesn't matter. Brutal business, meaning everyone does extra damage for 10 turns, okay. Keep going. Right. Next stop. Paravon, can we make it this turn? No, we're just slightly out of range. Can you see that? No worries. We'll march up to here instead. We're pretty much back up to full strength as well, which is really good. And it means we'll be able to go after it in the following turn. Given Aquilus was quite an easy grab, I think Paravon should be the same. Yeah, Garrison is basically what we already fought, apart from the extra damsel. I think we'll be just fine. Alright, let's grab Eustache. Let's get you to go after the walls again. Might as well make it a bit easier for us, eh? And Aiden, you can do the same in a second. Success, thank you. And grab me some more technology to use. Right. And failure. Again. God, you're not inspiring much confidence here, Aiden. Right. Bordeaux, we can upgrade to the next level of the vineyards. Gonna cost me 1,000. This one will give me an extra 300 dark magic a turn. It will make its cost back in 4 turns. Okay, let me just check. Was there anything over here I wanted? Oh, I did say I wanted to get my hands on the Ancient's Armory, didn't we? But that's gonna... We could wait a turn and then start building it. Nah, I'll tell you what we'll do. Oh, we could also upgrade Aquitane as well. So much stuff to spend dark magic on and not enough dark magic. Okay, what we'll do, let's get the vineyards. Okay, we're Arbor Pressing Mortals of the +4 public order. Not helping too much. The corruption is our main issue. But yeah, until we upgrade Bordeaux again, which is going to be in a few more turns, not much we can do about that.
Not in this world or
Right, let's just continue then. Aiden, can't give you any more for this. I suppose we could start working on your combat skills. Invocation of Nehek to start with. Okay, Eustache will give you Elusive. Okay, nice, quick and easy yet again. Ooh, chaos is now starting to stir in the north. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens. We've got a target, Yasmina Armstead. Whereabouts are you? Down here, is that her? No, that's the Red Duke. Excuse me. That's her, right. So if we can kill her in 7 turns, we get the Talisman of Protection and another Blood Kiss, which will allow us then to awaken another bloodline. So, pop through all of these. By the way, we found the Beastmen. Here they are. They were down here, like I suspected. Right. Let's do exactly that then. So if we grab, not Nathan, I want Aiden, have another go. And see if you can steal the technology this time. Oh no, not wounds. Excuse me. Steal technology. Success! He did it this time. So now we're getting 41% still, that's good. Let's grab Eustache. I think we've done enough damage to the wall though. I'm willing to try and assassinate this hero straight away. 63%. May have a chance here. Critical success, we managed to kill her completely. There we go. Talisman of Preservation. He's now truly terrifying and causing terror. That's good. And 17%. Right. Should we give this to... I think we'll give it to you. Now, I'll tell you what, let's actually give it to Mina. After all, she's not immortal, so having a ward save that protects against all damage is much better than me giving it to him where he is immortal, and he has a bunch of bonuses too, don't forget. So yeah, we'll leave that with you. But most importantly now, let's attack Paravon. Now I don't know why the small army they had in there decided to wander off, but I'm gonna be fine with that. We'll just go ahead and auto-resolve this one. Taking a few more casualties than we took last time, but that's okay. March in, secure the province. There we go. Right, what do we have here? We have defiled Khans, meaning we could recruit a White King if we wanted. We need an ancient army to recruit a corpse cart, but we could get some more Black Knights. Is it worth getting some more Black Knights, do you think? I mean, we are a Bretonnian duke after all. Even though we might be undead. Yeah... Nah, I'll leave it for the moment. What can we build here, though? Oh, we can get the peaks, right. So apparently... Wait, what? Unlocks recruitment from the following units from the Regiment of Renown panel. Pegasus Knights and Manticore. But also gives that bonus for mountain attrition. That would be useful in its own right. But we can recruit Pegasus Knights? Wait a minute. Dreadwings. This Regiment of Renown will unlock after conquering or vassalizing Paravon. Oh my god, can we get... Wait. Excuse me? These knights were transformed into brutal blood knights after a bloody siege of Paravon. Knights of Paravon are infamous for their aerial capabilities, and the Dreadwings were no different. Now in Undeath, each knight has managed to bind himself at Hellsteed and pose even greater threat against their enemy. We have got undead Pegasus Knights, essentially. And Blood Knights, they're Grail Knights, they're the Royal Pegasus Knights that will be undead, but all we need to do is defeat Paravon. Oh my god, is there anything else we can get? So we've got the Doom Reliquary, we get level 10 with a Necromancer. If we get defeat Carcassonne, we get the Ghosts of Glanbor. Oh my god, I never realized that. Okay, level... Any others we can get? What's over here? So we can get... Okay, maybe Civilian Crossbows, not exactly what we need. Silver Shriekers we can get at some point. The Rose Lances. Midnight Ravens of Akkad. Oh, I am so impressed though. We can potentially get our hands on Dreadwings. Oh, and all we need to do then is take Montfort in the following turn. I'm all up for that, I tell you. Okay, Aquitane, I'm happy to do that, but I'm going to leave it so we can upgrade Bordelot eventually. Leoness, I do want to get my hands, really, on, where is it? To upgrade this. So eventually we'll be able to get our hands on the corpse carts as well as the Black Knights. Oh, no, we want to grab... I keep getting mixed up. We want to get the Ancient Armory for here, so we can upgrade the palace and get our hands on Grail Knights and everything. Right, ignore me. Okay, Mina. Level 11. What am I going to give you now? So far, Soul Blight has worked quite nicely for us. We could go for Doom and Darkness, reduce enemy leadership even more. If we can combine that with the aspect of the Dread Knights, or actually, do we just cause fear or terror now that we've got the Hellsteed? Resilience, Missile... We just cause fear. Okay, that's fine. I think potentially going for Doom and Darkness could be useful. Having the ability to cause terror, so if we can combine the two, that could work. Especially if we do Area of Effect, which affects all enemies in range. Sure. We'll go for that with you. Okay, commandments. For the moment, let's keep public order going. And we'll do the same with this. Okay, Eustache will give you another point here.
You reek of anguish or hopelessness. Yes, let us parley.
Oh, I love that quote from the Red Duke just then. But the most important thing is the Truthsayer Council of Albion have now declared war on us. Now these guys, I believe, actually defeated Beast Lord Rakoff last episode or the episode before. And they're quite strong. I mean, they're level 13, we're rank 100. Like, we'll have to be careful with these guys, but if they attack us, then so be it, really. Now, I'm interested to see what happens with Power of On, because we're in a position now, we'll be able to defeat Montfort, and if that's the only army they've got at their disposal, this is going to make things so much easier for us. Now, I was planning to end the episode after this end turn phase, but we are so close to finishing off Power of On, I don't want to leave it until the next episode. So once we skip through all these rogue armies going through, and the incursion armies like the Gits, ooh, you know what, can't be bothered. Pyrrhic victory. That was close. I mean, that was a bit close. I should have maybe fought that battle, but it's okay. We'll do this, we'll take the extra dark magic. If we do lose Bastarn, I'll just go and take it back after we've dealt with Montfort. But for now, what's in gifts? What's this one again? You know what, I can't honestly remember what we're researching again. Master the Putrid Horde. Of course, we're going for basically 3 zombies. Right. Might want to switch over to one of these afterwards. In fact, that might be... In fact, Obedient Servants. I know we just finished doing that. Let's actually go for Obedient Servants. I didn't realise public order reduction, so we don't have to worry so much about the corruption, was a better option. We'll definitely go for that. And then, Montforts. Indeed, wipe them out. Alright, goodbye. Okay, we will go ahead and do this. This now gains us a mortal follower. The Midnight Ravens of our cards. Okay, Restless Spirits, Bastarn. Do we not... Wait, do we not... Oh yeah, we can. We just need... We haven't got that room, okay. It's going to be a hardship, and we've fought with them for so long. But I'm going to give up a unit of Skeleton Warriors. In fact, let's go for... No, let's go for these guys just because they've got less numbers. Oh, let's recruit the Dreadwings. Ooh, I'm really looking forward to checking these guys out on the battlefield. But there we go, we've now eliminated them. Did we finish off? No, they still got the last couple of units there. But they'll probably suicide themselves and then... Yeah, done. Easy. Okay, Red Duke, when did we get this? Level 16. When did we get that? 18. Okay, we can go for the Order Draconis. That would be useful. Now, if I remember right, with the mods that we're using, we can't recruit Blood Knights regularly. We can only do it through the rites that we can do. So, we'll have to be a little careful with that. We'll be able to make massive armies, for example, of the Blood Knights. We can only keep small units at a time. In fact, if we just double check... Yeah, this is the only way we can get Blood Knights, by using the Rite of Strength. So once we get 5,000, well, dark magic, we can summon a unit, and yeah, should be all good. Might be worth doing at some point, because Blood Knights are deadly. And I'm more than happy to sacrifice a unit of Black Knights for them, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Do you need fresh?
Okay, Aiden, now that we've actually dealt with you, I think our next target will have to be Carrick Ziflin up here, because don't forget, as you can see, these guys are war with us, and if we can get rid of Clan Galstock, that will give us a mountain territory, which isn't going to be so useful, but it will give us a trade resource. And then what we can do then is swing back down, go after Massive Orcal, and then be able to push down then towards Carcassonne. If not, we can go, otherwise we can just go straight down, can't we, to Carcassonne? We'll sort something out. But for now, though, let's move Aiden up here.
Follow me.
Well, no, we don't actually need to move you, Devane. Let's move you back down. You can keep an eye then on Carcassonne for me. Eustache, let's take the opportunity to go after another hero. 25% chance. Are you tired? Oh, yes, you are. Okay, never mind. We'll just have you head towards Brion then for the moment. Okay, Bastan can now get a commandment. We'll go for public order for the moment, just so we can get him back in the positive. And then Fields. Does Montfort have any... It does have iron. Let's dismantle that. In fact, before we do that, let's check for the iron resource. So Montfort's. Okay, iron gives us cheaper recruitment for Black Knights, Blood Knights, and Graveguards. Okay. Yeah, we'll build that here instead. Okay, summon upgrades, we're just going to leave. Another point. Mina. Alright. Do I want to go for magic reserves and then eventually get these? Yeah, let's go for that. Okay, and while we're at it, let's have a look at our bloodlines. Because we're only 2 away from unlocking the second tier for the Lamia and the Fallen Knight bloodlines, and we can already awaken one of the others. So level 2, 20% casualty replenishment and 10%... No, that's definitely going to be our next one, I think. Vigor loss reduction 8%, another 50% upkeep. Wait, does that combine with this one then? So in theory, you don't pay upkeep for any heroes? Or does it make it so it's only 25%? Because my math would say 50%, and then another 50% of that will make it 75% total. But that's telling me that it actually reduces the other 50%? That could be quite useful. Or is it just... Oh no, it just seems to be stocking, so you go from that one. That one gives you both the minus 50% upkeep and vigor loss reduction. Oh, right, yeah, never... Ignore me. Okay, so that's good to know. I think that's going to be the one we'll go for next, because the casualty replenishment will help us out massively. So all we need to do is just wait kill off another 2 characters or something like that, and then we should be okay. Yeah, I think we can manage that, especially as we're going to be going after the dwarves next time. Right, let's hit end turn, and assume nothing bad happens, we'll bring the episode to an end then. Okay then, so we had nothing happen during the end turn phase worth mentioning. Pauli Burgers is now available, good. Bordello is about to rebel, we'll have to swing around and deal with that at some point. But yeah, let's leave it here for today. So next episode, we're going to go and kill off some dwarves up in the mountains, and we're going to recruit a second army. I feel comfortable now with our income level of dark magic that we can recruit a second one. And like I said, what my probably going to end up recruiting is actually the serpent himself, Malabard. But we can have a look through our options and see what else we've got available for us. But that's all going to be happening next time. So for now though, thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I know you do join me next time for some more Warhammer. But until then everybody, take care, stay safe, and goodbye for now.